I got to know when they were writing, and I've got to know that today, to make all music, whether it's music of the great masters before or modern music, I have to make it meaningful. It's got to communicate something. It has to be something that I enjoy playing. That's the beauty of being a performer. I get to pick the music that I want to perform for you, so I get to pick my style of music. And you would get to know me through the kind of music that I perform. As an ensemble director, you get to know me through the kinds of music that I program with my ensemble to a degree. You know, you certainly, those of you guys who know me will say, oh, he's long-winded. How do you know he's long-winded? Because his concerts go for at least 2 hours. You know, and we chuckle about that today, but remember in the time of Mozart, that was the entertainment. People went to those kinds of concerts knowing what form was, so that when the deviation came, they could enjoy the secret. They knew it that well. You know, it's not coming at them and bouncing off of them. They're going, oh, here's the second theme. Yeah, so isn't that lovely? Now we should have the repeat, or maybe we're going into the development, and whoops, there's a third theme. Oh, how novel. Right? And then, you know, if you're Beethoven, well, he's just going right along with the form. Geez, we hit the coda. It's 20 minutes later. We're still in the coda. There's 2 new things that have come in. He modulated, right? He went to these keys, and everybody's in the joke, right? Everybody's in on it. And so that was the entertainment of the time. Look how much that's changed today. So as interpreters, when we interpret in music and we start to get to the feelings of the music and we pick that music, well, A, we got to know what the composer intended that music to be. We've got to be true to the music. You can't make happy music sad. I guess I could play it so poorly that I'd be sad about it. But you know what I'm saying. It's got to be authentic. I have to be true to the meaning of the music. Does that make sense to everybody? Yeah. Okay. What else is interpretation? We've got these great things up here. Artfully crafted music, meaningful music, authentic music, feelings into music, musical movies, knowing the composers. We've got history and theory that are tied up in this. What else? One thing you haven't mentioned is being a performer. I have to be a performer to interpret the music. I have to know what the possibilities of that are, right? So as a performer, I have to have a desire to express something. What am I going to express? All the things we just talked about. What is the meaning of this music? Anybody in here have performance anxiety? Graham, yeah? I had terrible performance anxiety. Then I started taking, not for this reason, I started taking an antidepressant. I used to be very afraid of heights, and I used to have horrible performance anxiety. And my antidepressant solved that, and I wasn't taking it for that. But I'm no longer afraid of heights. I'm up on my ladders painting my house and, you know, reaching over and doing strange things that I never would have done. And when I go out to perform, my attitude is like, screw it, I just want to share this with you. I want to tell you what I like about this music. I want to share with you this beautiful music, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. You know what? If you don't, tough. I did. You know, and I never thought that before. But isn't that really what gets us over performance anxiety? Is I just want to share this with you. If you walked in and said to a good friend of yours, here, let me play this for you. This is a really cool piece of music. Would you be nervous about that? No, you'd be going, this is a really cool piece of music. I can't wait to play it for you. So part of overcoming performance anxiety is going out on the stage and going, I just want to play for you. I want you to enjoy this great music that I found and share that with others. You know, now I don't know about you guys who have performance anxiety. I never had performance anxiety with a group of people. There's always safety in numbers. You know, the performance anxiety came out only when I played marimba. Why? It's pitched. And everybody will know when you make a mistake. Grandma with her hearing aids turned off will know if you're playing Bach and you play a note outside of the key that you're in, you know, from another state she'll call. I think you played a wrong note. You know, it's just one of those things. So, being a better performer, being a better interpreter, if we focus on interpretation and what we want to bring out of the music, maybe that also lessens our performance anxiety to the point of, this is just a really cool piece, you should hear this. And this is the special part of it. This is the thing I like the most. Listen to what I do with this here to make this more obvious to you that that's really a cool point of music, right? I mean, that's ultimately what we're trying to do, is draw others in, the listener in, to enjoy what we discovered in the music through our analysis, through our knowledge of the composer and the era that they wrote it in, through the other pieces that they've done like it, and through what I like about music to there. So it is highly personal. It will always be highly personal. What is interpretation not? Or maybe I could ask you, what's one of the most dangerous things about interpreting music?
Going too far.
And what does that mean, going too far?
Well, that's what I'm kind of somewhere between these two, the classical world and the jazz world, and see, I'm free to do whatever I want with the jazz when I'm playing jazz, and that also means I can change the key if I feel like, when I feel like, I can change the harmonies when I feel like, I can change the melodic rhythm if I feel like it.
But with all those things, Charles, I agree with you.
A lot of things that you just can't do. If I was playing a piece by Bach, I can't say, okay, I can see what chord this is, but you know what? I'm not going to arpeggiate the way he did. I want to do it like this.
Why not? Bach did. The truth of the matter is that Bach was a great improviser.
If I wanted to do it as a figured bass, which I'm not really good at, but if I wanted to do it and play it like.
But what you're talking about is very important. What you're talking about is very important, and I agree with you that the jazz medium is somewhat different. I guess I would take issue. I would say you can do all of those things, but you cannot destroy the essence of those melodies, right? When we play from a fake book, we have the melody to play. We can change style, if it works with the tune, right? There's all those caveats. If it works, I could play it as Latin instead of a swing, or I could do it as a rock or a funk or whatever. I can substitute chords that might make it more interesting. Why also would we change chords? Why does a composer change chords? Mozart was great about this. Mozart would give you a theme, and it'd go along, and then the next time you find it, it's reharmonized, and it means something completely different because of the harmony you put under it, right? Doesn't that do the same thing in jazz? If I put a tritone substitution into something, all of a sudden I go, wow, that was really cool. That was a harmonic banana peel. Whoop, where did that come from? Whoa, right? And what does that do? It lets the listener have some repose. It lets the listener sit back and go, okay, this is the umpteenth time I've heard this melody. What's going to be